A mosquito got into the girl's room. The compulsiver stared at the mosquito and chased it all the way. Just then Jenny suddenly noticed the peeling wallpaper. There seemed to be something hidden behind it. Just as she was about to tear off the wallpaper, a sound suddenly came from outside the window. Jenny walked over with a little curiosity. The sound was coming from downstairs. She nervously made her way to the stairs, leaned over to look at the unusually quiet living room, then turned on the chandelier. The dim light made her extremely nervous. After patrolling around, Jenny finally let out a sigh of relief. It turned out to be the noise from the forgotten open window. Just as she closed the window and turned to leave, something weird happened. The window actually opened by itself again. Jenny's heart clenched instantly. She slowly looked back, mustered up the courage to reach out again. But the weird thing is, sister was clearly inside the room, so who was that outside? Jenny also realized something was wrong. She slowly walked towards her sister, but her sister said she had been standing right here all along. Maybe it was just a reflection in the window just now.
Does she use bad words?
These words left Jenny frozen in place. Sister said she came to visit brother, but brother just swore. This made Jenny break out in a cold sweat, because the second brother had become a vegetable in a car accident, and had been lying in bed for 3 years. How could he suddenly speak? After confirming that there was nothing wrong with the second brother's equipment, Jenny finally closed the door with relief. She took the scene as a child's joke, picked up her sister and returned to the room, but her sister once again dropped a bombshell.
How come mommy doesn't love you anymore?
Who told you that?
Before her sister could reply, the sound of equipment came from downstairs. Mom was also woken up and walked out. At this moment the second brother had actually changed his posture, but no one paid attention to this scene at all, because the second brother's heartbeat was having problems. Mom took out the cardiac stimulant and injected the medicine into her son as usual.
He deserves to live.
Alright, baby, now. Okay, sweetie.
But this time the medicine didn't work. The second brother's heartbeat kept accelerating. Only then did mother realize something was wrong. In the blink of an eye, the second brother's heartbeat soared to 200 beats per minute, and finally stopped altogether. Mother performed the emergency treatment, but everything was in vain.
It's over. That's what you want, isn't it? That's what God would want.
It seemed that mother was clearly a bit patriarchal, or she simply didn't love Jenny, the oldest one, at all, and it was under the effect of this slap that the second brother's heartbeat miraculously returned to normal, as if he was happy to see his sister being wronged. Mother picked up the third sister and comforted the brother. It seemed that only Jenny was an outsider. She left the room with a bit of grievance. Little did she know that as soon as she went upstairs, the second brother actually woke up. Jenny heard the noise and turned back. Even the big yellow dog outside ran over barking wildly. The second brother kept the same posture, motionless, but the bad news also started from this moment. The next day the two sisters woke up early, and Jenny just stayed in bed for a while. Unexpectedly, when she walked out of the bedroom, she saw her sister eating happily, because usually it was her who took care of her sister's daily life. Just as Jenny was wondering who made breakfast for her sister, a ghostly figure suddenly appeared in the mirror. But when Jenny turned around, it was her mother walking over. This scared Jenny's blood pressure to soar. Even when she went to school she was upset. She walked towards her locker with an annoyed look on her face, and happened to see two female classmates sneakily doodling. As soon as they saw Jenny coming, they ran away as if avoiding the plague. Jenny took a closer look. They were drawing her family's mansion. In order to find out what was so special about this house, she went to the school library to search for information about the house. She didn't know until she checked, and was shocked by what she found. As early as 40 years ago, a tragedy had happened in her house. The owner, Robinson, was bewitched by a voice, and killed the whole family of 6. At this time, classmate Jim recommended a horror movie to her, the Amityville Horror. The cover of the movie was exactly the house where Jenny was living now.
You recognize that house?
At this moment Jenny realized that she had actually moved into an out-and-out haunted house. She immediately went home and questioned her mother.
Why didn't you tell me about the house?
I've just been waiting for the right time.
And when would that be?
No, it's just a ghost story, sweetie. It's an urban legend.
Yeah, that everyone at my school seems to know about.
You're right. I'm sorry. I should have told you. I really have had a lot on my mind.
Well, it would be nice if Juliet and I could be on your mind too.
A doorbell rang and interrupted the mother's and daughter's quarrel. While mother went to open the door, Jenny noticed that she threw the cross into the pile of clutter. It seemed that she had completely stopped believing in God. The visitor was the second brother's doctor. After the last examination, there were no signs of any brain activity in the second brother, but mother insisted that since the second brother could open his eyes, there was also a possibility of recovery, even though the doctor said that such a miracle was almost impossible, and there had been no precedent so far. But mother still refused to give up, hoping that the doctor could examine him again. At this moment Jenny couldn't stand watching from the side.
How much more shit do you want to put him through? Just leave him alone. Hasn't he suffered enough?
Jenny got up and left angrily. When passing by the second brother's room, she heard her sister talking to herself, as if she was talking to someone invisible. She went in and asked and found out that the second brother, who was in a vegetative state, somehow told her sister that he missed them very much. All this was too bizarre. Until nightfall, Jenny was still distracted thinking about these strange things. She stared foolishly at the wallpaper that she had torn half off before. Strong curiosity drove her to pull the bed aside, then tore off the entire wallpaper. Behind it was actually the bloodstains left from the murder case back then. Jenny immediately found photos of the crime scene online. Sure enough, it was exactly the same as the wall in front of her. She fell asleep with an uneasy heart. Who knew something got into her quilt? At this moment, the clock stopped at 3:15. Jenny, who faintly sensed something was wrong, thought it was her sister who came in, but she didn't touch her sister. Instead, she felt a trace of coolness from under her body. She reached out and actually touched a handful of sticky blood. Jenny immediately got up. What came into her eyes was a pool of blood staining the bed sheet. She was so scared that she fell off the bed. When she slowly approached the bed again, she was suddenly patted on the shoulder, and it was none other than Robinson, the previous owner. Fortunately, it was just a nightmare, but the strange thing was, the wallpaper that Jenny tore off last night had returned to its original state. The successive strange things made Jenny a little neurasthenic. At this time, Jim introduced a new classmate, Daisy, to her. He suggested going to Jenny's house to watch the horror movie together, the Amityville Horror, and they must watch it at 3:15 in the early morning, because that was the time when the murder happened back then. This way they could have the immersive excitement. Early the next morning, the three of them arrived as promised. Jenny quietly let them in, afraid of disturbing her mother, and when Jim came up, he noticed that the villa was surrounded by a huge circle, and guessed that this thing might be the legendary magic circle.
Yeah, like hundreds of years ago, like colonial times, there used to be all this weird culture going on around here, so if they thought an area was evil, they would do a ring around it with like salt or fire or whatever to try and keep the evil contained.
After saying this, the three of them started playing the movie. The lines explained that this house was built on a piece of special land, full of worship for Satan and other evil forces, and this kind of power could not be destroyed, because it could always find some object, or someone as a hiding place. Just as they were immersed in the horror atmosphere of the movie, the door of the second brother's room was quietly opened, but when Jenny sensed something was wrong, the door was closed again. As the lines read leading to hell, the whole house suddenly lost power, and the most creepy thing was that the time was exactly 3:15. Jenny thought it was Jim's prank.
What did you do?
What? Nothing.
I really hope not. I gotta get the lights back on.
It's probably just a fuse.
No, we need to fix it, or else I'm gonna have to wake up my mom. Okay, then where's the fuse box?
Jenny took the two of them to the basement to find the distribution box. Before this, she had never been to the basement. Jim turned on his phone's flashlight. Looking at the dark basement, Jenny took the lead and walked in front. As soon as they came down, they smelled a pungent odor, and at this moment Jim said,
"Under the stairs. That's where they discovered the red room. And whatever is in there gets inside your head.
Wouldn't find much in your head.
They say this house makes you see things. It infects your dreams until you can't tell what's real and what's nightmare. Then boom. Blood splatter and brain matter everywhere."
Jenny told Jim to stop scaring people there. The main task was to find the distribution box quickly. The moment they fixed the power box, Robinson's figure flashed again, but in the blink of an eye it turned into Mother. It turned out that she heard the movement in the basement. For safety reasons, she specially took a shotgun and came down to check, and almost killed her own daughter. At this moment, a black shadow floated past behind Mother, but no one saw them. As soon as the two classmates left, Mother flew into a rage at her daughter, because she was worried that outsiders coming in would bring germs and infections, aggravating her son's condition. Although Jenny said she didn't let outsiders get close to the second brother, but Mother didn't think so.
Someone was in his room. The door was open when they came over, but I shut it.
Then who took his blanket off? He's not some sideshow attraction. Go to bed.
Jenny was too lazy to argue with her anymore. The next day, when the doctor came to check, he was surprised to find that the second brother had shown a brief consciousness. This indicated that his condition had improved. Mother happily leaned closer to test his reaction, and sure enough got a clear response. Unexpectedly, at this exciting moment, Mother suddenly felt dizzy. When she regained consciousness again, she muttered confusedly,
Your brother's back. Your brother's back.
At this time, the doctor suddenly found that there were several flies hovering beside the bed. At first, he didn't care, but then he saw that there was actually a maggot crawling on the bed, and looking at the second brother, he was staring at him fiercely. The doctor carefully turned the second brother over, only to find that his back had long been rotten and maggot infested. In an instant, tens of thousands of flies poured out from the bed and directly drilled into the doctor's mouth. But the next second, everything in front of him returned to normal. After experiencing this weird scene, the doctor immediately left in a hurry, while Mother stayed by her son's side every step of the way. After the second brother opened his eyes, the big wolf dog at home began barking wildly at him. However, mother thought that the dog at home was disobedient, and didn't think at all that her son might have been possessed by an evil force. Soon the time came to 3:15. Strange things happened on time. First the sister saw a black shadow flash outside the door. Then the wardrobe door opened by itself again. Sister slowly walked towards the wardrobe following the voice. The moment she went in, the door slammed shut automatically. She turned around in panic. Hearing the shout, Jenny came to check the situation, only to see the second brother's dry hand holding her sister. Jenny was so scared that she quickly covered her mouth and returned to her own room. Who knew she saw another version of herself on the bed? The next second, the second brother picked up the gun and pointed it at her. With a gunshot, Jenny woke up from the nightmare again. This chaotic everything made her unable to tell the difference between reality and illusion. Only endless palpitations remained. The next day, mother tried to communicate with the second brother through the instrument, saying that the second brother could choose letters with his eyes to communicate. Jenny tried it half believingly.
Is that really you in there? Wow, it's so cool. I miss you. Me too.
Seeing these words, Jenny couldn't help bursting into tears. The depression that had been pressing on her heart finally had a way to vent. Only then did she willing to open her heart and share the secret she had never told anyone with her friends. It turned out that she used to be a troubled girl and made friends with many bad boys. Once she got carried away and sent private photos to a netizen. Who knew the next day, her photos spread all over the internet. Classmates, mom and brothers all saw those embarrassing photos. The second brother was so angry that he got into a fight with the spreader. During the fight, he accidentally fell off the balcony from the third floor and became a vegetable. After hearing this past event, Daisy comforted Jenny warmly not to blame herself too much. At least the second brother was still alive, and there were signs of improvement. However, the gifts of fate had long been marked with a price tag in the dark. Late that night, Jenny faintly felt that there seemed to be a figure standing at the door, but when she got up to check, she found nothing. Although it was a good thing that the second brother's condition improved, Jenny still felt a little uneasy faintly. She went to check the relevant books after dawn. The book mentioned that although neuroscience had developed rapidly, the state of vegetative people was still irreversible. Classmate Jim also raised doubts.
It's a little weird that your brother's in a coma for 2 years, and the minute you move into this new house, he miraculously gets better. Unless, of course, it's not really him anymore.
As early as 1974, this house had driven Robinson to kill his whole family. A year later, another family almost repeated the tragedy. They all said it was the problem of the red room in the basement, and the second brother's hospital bed was right above the red room. But what they couldn't figure out was, from 1976 to now, so many families had lived in this house. Why were they all safe and sound? Jim speculated that it was probably because in the Bible, 40 was a very special number, and the time when Jenny's family moved in was exactly the 40th year after the tragedy happened. Perhaps that evil force would be sealed for 40 years every time. Anyway, now the second brother could communicate with people without barriers. Jim suggested that they might as well go directly to ask him what happened. That night, Jenny came to the second brother's room and asked him straight to the point.
Is someone else in there with you? What can I do to stop it? How can I help you? No.
Through the instrument, the second brother kept begging Jenny to kill him. Jenny couldn't bear it, leaned over him and sobbed for a moment, then confirmed with the second brother again whether he really wanted her to do it. After getting an affirmative answer, Jenny turned off the ventilator. But suddenly,
you're the one who's gonna fucking die!
Fortunately, the second brother controlled his body in time and told his sister to get out of here quickly. However, at this time, mother rushed over. She scolded Jenny's action of unplugging the tube sharply, but she didn't expect to find out that the second brother could breathe on his own without the ventilator. Mother took this as a sign of her son's strong desire to survive and burst into tears of joy instantly, but she didn't care about her eldest daughter's feelings at all. Perhaps all this was because she used to be a troubled girl, and Jenny sat there all night. Recalling the experience just now made her shudder. The next day, she couldn't wait to share this matter together with her friends. Jim advised her that she must find a way to take the whole family out of this house. Otherwise, once the evil spirit gained control, the whole family would be in danger of life. After hearing this, Jenny immediately turned around and went home. She sneaked into the second brother's room and typed the words "want to go out for a walk" with the instrument. When mother came to take care of her son, as soon as she saw that he wanted to go out, she immediately pushed him out happily. Taking advantage of the gap when they were sunbathing outside, Jenny sneaked to the basement and chiseled open the wall inside. After she entered the space behind, she found that the walls were covered with long solidified blood, emitting bursts of pungent stench, and it was also clearly written on it, "Kill them all." This time she heard her sister scream from outside. She rushed out immediately, only to find that it was her own dog that had died in the lake. Jenny turned her head to look, and observed that the second brother was trembling with fear. She followed the second brother's line of sight, and understood that he was afraid of the magic circle in the yard. Jenny remembered what Jim had mentioned, that this circle could trap evil spirits. She thus inferred that the evil spirit could not leave this house. Thinking of this, Jenny immediately went to find her mother, to tell her how evil this house was. Not only was there an evil spirit possessing the second brother's body, but she also found the weird red room in the basement. However, what she never expected was that Mom had long heard the legend of the red room.
You know, I always believed in God. And then your father got sick. We had to watch him rot away from the inside from cancer. Every day I prayed. And then James got sick. God gave up on us, sweetheart. So I gave up on God. And I moved us here. Because if there is some power that can make your brother better.
This house is evil. This house is really bad. It's gonna drive James to kill our whole family, just like the DeFeos. You, me, Juliet.
Stop.
However, Mother was like being possessed by a demon, and couldn't listen to Jenny's words at all. She also naively thought that the second brother was kind by nature, and would never do anything to hurt his family. Seeing that Mom was stubborn, Jenny packed her things, planning to take her sister and flee here overnight. But just when she went to Mom's room to rummage for cash, when Jenny woke up again, she only felt a splitting headache. At this time, she was lying on her own bed, as if everything that had just happened had never happened. She stumbled downstairs in a daze, only to see an incredible scene.
Hi, honey. Come sit down. We're just about to start dinner.
Hey, guess what, Belle?
Chicken smells great, Mom. Oh, hey, Belle. How'd you sleep? I hope you're hungry. Mom made all this great food.
Jenny involuntarily integrated into this warm atmosphere, but just as the whole family was happily saying the pre-dinner prayer, suddenly blood dripped into the plate. Jenny reached out and touched it casually, only to find that it was her forehead that was bleeding. Then she woke up from the dream. Her head was covered with blood. She turned around and looked, and found that the time was exactly 3:15 in the early morning. The second brother's eyes opened on time. Many doors in the room began to close automatically. He stretched out his arms like a twisted flower, supported himself by the bed and sat up, stumbled towards the red room. As soon as his hand touched the blood-stained wall, something immediately poured into his body. His emaciated body gradually became strong. As soon as he recovered, he shot and killed the neighbor who came to find his mother. Then he picked up the gun and slowly went upstairs, straight to his sister's room, and shot again at the bed. Only then did Mother realize the seriousness of the matter. But she was locked in the room by the evil spirit and couldn't get out. She had to take out the cross that had been hidden at the bottom of the box when the second brother came in.
What are you doing with that? Don't you recognize me, baby? Oh, God, no.
God has nothing to do with this.
Damn you to hell!
Then he came to Jenny's room again, but didn't see anyone. It turned out that Jenny had long sensed the danger, and took her sister to hide in advance. But the second brother soon found their hiding place. However, it was not the second brother who came in, but the dog that had died before. Jenny told her sister to run to the next door neighbor's house first, and she stayed to deal with the evil spirit dog. She ran to the kitchen quickly and took a knife. When she was pounced on and bitten by the evil spirit dog, she grabbed the knife and stabbed it into the dog's neck. Then she got up and stabbed it several more times. Finally solved the crisis here, but her sister was blocked by the second brother over there.
There you are, sweetie.
He took his sister back to the bed and covered her with the quilt.
Play a little game, okay, Jules?
I want to.
Turn over and go to sleep.
Just as the third sister turned around, the second brother picked up the gun and aimed it at her. Seeing that he was about to pull the trigger, Jenny appeared in time to stop him.
You wouldn't hurt your brother, would you?
You're not my brother. My brother died 2 years ago, and you know it.
Because of what you did.
Then Jenny struggled to get up, and the second brother under her, just like when he fell off the 3rd floor back then, begged Jenny pitifully.
Can't move. That wasn't me, Bill. You have to believe me. I swear. Please. Hold me. I miss you.
Seeing this scene, Jenny softened her heart, rushed over and held the second brother's hand, and apologized to him repeatedly. Who knew the second brother suddenly changed his tone, and put forward a suspicious request.
Take me back inside. It's what Mom would have wanted. Mom is dead. So is Juliet. All we have is each other now.
Liar. You're not James. You're a liar. No!
Realizing that the person in front of her was a cunning evil spirit, Jenny immediately took his hand and dragged him towards the outside of the circle. Even though the second brother begged repeatedly, she didn't stop at all. The moment the second brother was dragged out of the circle, his body quickly shrank and became the way he was when he was a vegetable again. The second brother looked at Jenny with red eyes and said thank you to her with his last bit of strength. Then he stopped moving completely. Jenny sobbed sadly beside him. This time, she really lost her brother forever. Suddenly, she heard her sister's call. Then her sister ran over and threw herself into Jenny's arms. Jenny hugged her and finally felt a little relieved in her heart. Fortunately, this little guy was okay. She blinked her innocent eyes and asked her sister,
What happened to James?
He was gonna hurt us, baby. But he's in a better place now. I promise. Okay, now listen to me, Juliet. The police are gonna be here really soon, and I'm gonna tell them exactly what happened. But I need you to do the same, okay? James tried to hurt us, and I need you to tell them that. Right, baby?
Yes.
In fact, the story laid a foreshadowing here. In fact, although the two sisters unified their caliber, saying that it was the second brother who killed Mom and the neighbor, the forensic doctor also, according to the fingerprints on the gun, verified that the second brother was the murderer. But the second brother's doctor raised an objection, firmly believing that the second brother, who was in a vegetative state, could not even get out of bed, let alone shoot and kill people. The case came to an end without any conclusion. Who exactly was controlled by the evil spirit? The second brother or Jenny was already unknown. Only this notorious haunted house was still a terrifying legend that made people shudder.